it's a lot easier than SUP because you're not dealing with any balance issue. So, the first thing when you get on your SUP, people can barely stand on their board. And then when they do stand on their board, they can barely paddle the thing straight. And it almost seems impossible to, catch a wave, and let alone catch a bump out in the middle of the ocean. It seems so distant. Your journey seems so far gone or ahead that it takes us hours and hours and hours of practice and failure. That's canceled out right away. Being on your knees, closer to the water, you're not falling over, and you have paddles on both sides of you, so you're going straight no matter what. That was the first thing. So easy. You're saving energy, right? When I first started stand-up paddling, I would paddle for 10 or 15 seconds and be absolutely gassed and exhausted. And I would have to rest. I would stand up, start paddling, wait for a bump to come, and if a bump didn't come, I would be absolutely gassed. On your knees, you're not burning any energy whatsoever at all. So that's the first one. Second one is, I feel, this may sound a little weird, but I feel like it's mechanically more efficient, like body mechanically more efficient than SUP. I'm not a professional SUP. I don't have any background in SUP. I wouldn't say every time I take a stroke or a paddle that, it's really clean, strong, and efficient. I feel like when you're standing up, and you're taking strokes on your paddle, and sometimes when you're going for bumps, it just doesn't seem like you have enough torque. You're standing tall. All your leverage is so far away from the water and your paddle. And then as you're trying to paddle, we're not in a lake or flat water, so you're balancing, and all the energy when you're taking a stroke is going through your core, going through your legs, and by the time you're pulling water, it just feels a little muddied down, your leverage or your power. Being on your knees, okay, you're that much closer to the water. You have a pretty good, comfortable posture. You have hand paddles, so you have a little bit more surface area. And what I noticed is, I feel like you have a way more aggressive attack and catch. When I'm saying catch, a catch of the water. Way more aggressive attack and catch of the water than you do when you're with your paddle. Being out there on my first time, I was blown away because I wasn't missing bumps. I was catching bumps on my knees. The issue or the obstacle that I was facing was, when I was standing up, there's that split second where there's no energy being propelled into the water. So when you stand up, you're at that really low stall speed. So it's hard to bring it up, so that's just the timing that you got to figure out. Do you stand up early and at the top of the bump so you can really ride down and get it up, or do you over paddle yourself and make sure that you're on the bump and you're down and you're standing up and pop it up? So that's really the only obstacle or the advantage that the stand-up paddle has, is as you're going and as you start slapping the water and you're about to come up, you're still paddling, adding energy to bring you up onto foil.